Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 383. I'm your host, Brandon Reef. Joined as always by my co host, Jonathan Birdsong. We want to thank our sponsors, Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance, and also Thomas and Reed LLC, Trusted Solutions. Thomas Reed LLC is a full service CPA and consulting firm that ensures quality is built on every step of the process. We provide added services and efficiency systematic approaches to individuals, small businesses, and not-for-profit corporations and government agencies. You can trust you can trust them to meet your requirements and provide the results you need. Get a hold of them, Thomas and Reed LLC. Shout out to them as well as Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance, both of our sponsors for this evening. JB, how are you?
Hey man, I know it's gonna be a different kind of show, emotional rides. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the Hoosiers, Indiana football. We got to talk about these NFL playoffs as a whole, and you know what I'm saying. More to the point. You know what I'm saying. How many years? 18 years.
19.
19 years. Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, steps away from the team, and a new era will begin. So I don't know where Brandon Reef wants to. I don't know. The
I think
thumbnail.
we all know where it wants us. We need to
Yeah,
start.
the thumbnail says we starting probably with Mike Tomlin. And which I'll let Brett. I will, you know, what I'm saying, concede the floor. I have my own opinions and breakdowns of the game, and I think that's kind of where like I said, I think that's kind of where they kind of were at with Mike Tomlin. The Baltimore Ravens, excuse me, the Houston Texans beat the Pittsburgh Steelers like how the Pittsburgh Steelers in the when they're prime Mike Tomlin era. That's how they usually beat teams. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, with the turnover or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, fumble, you know what I'm saying, constant pressure on the offense.
My man was seeing ghosts. Stroud was seeing ghosts yesterday, and they didn't capitalize.
First half, man, you know what I'm saying, the Tomlin defense, the Steelers defense was there. But come second half, offensively, like some of the things that they fired offensive coordinators over the last, I would say 5, 6, 7 years, kind of rare to say. They know how to score points. They can't score points, man. And you got, you know what I'm saying, father time ticking Aaron Rodgers out there. Who says he wants to? I don't know if he gets another audition with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Brandon. But you know, who says he wants to play another year, man? But that's kind of what it boiled down to. Just this poor old game that you were kind of out of. It was 17-6, and they still needed like 2 scores. But again, like the wheels kind of fell off at the end. And you look at his record, Brandon. It's better to go out on top. You got a 40% win percentile in the playoffs. You don't want that to go down any further. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got over 61%. Because he does not have a losing season. America, no losing seasons, none.
19 years.
So we can, you know what I'm saying, you can parallel that with the Colts and you kind of snicker, you know what I'm saying, how they haven't sniffed the playoff, or you can kind of parallel that with the Jets and how that's a joke of an organization, you know what I'm saying, or another team, you pick another one, man, you know what I'm saying, Arizona, you know what I mean, I know I'm picking on the Dallas, you know what I'm saying, but he also got like I said, Mike Tomlin also has a Super Bowl, but like all those things are kind of in the past, so this is kind of, the last night's game was kind of indicative of the like I said, like the past 7 years, man. And you know, change is always with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would say this change is always good. They never I feel like they never take too much of a curb. You know what I'm saying, a dip. So you know, maybe a season or two of poor showing out there from a 1-loss record, but things have changed. They need to move on. We've said this through, you know what I'm saying, 3 episodes ago, man. They need to move on from the offensive line that they have. They need to move on from the match, you know what I'm saying, the patchwork quarterback play that they have. And so ultimately they need to move on from the leadership in the locker room. So there you have that's my 2 cents on it. Brandon Reed probably has a little bit of a different take. He'll pull you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna let him have the floor.
2:03 p.m. this afternoon. I got the alert that, well, let me bring it back a little bit. We got the alert 2:03 that Tomlin resigned and was stepped down, right? I had a text message from a buddy of mine that lives in Pittsburgh. Text me, "Hey, just hearing some rumblings today around the facility that there's something going on." And then I looked online, it was like 11 something. I saw some more rumors and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, maybe there's some truth to this. And then 2 o'clock it hit. Mike Tomlin, gone. Stepped down 19 years. As John mentioned, not a losing season, which people take that both ways, whether it be mediocre or a feat, which I think a lot of teams would take a non-losing season if they can get that from their coach for a long time. 8 AFC North titles, one of the toughest conference or divisions, and he won 8. He went out on an AFC North championship, right?
Yep.
This year beat the Ravens in dramatic fashion to win the title, and one Super Bowl win, 2 appearances, 1 win. Um, I've had mixed emotions all day. Uh, Happy for a freshness, a new regime, a new look for Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of getting rid of some of the old pieces and bringing in fresh to do. But I've also been sad, John. This is one of the only 2 coaches I've known as a kid growing up as a Pittsburgh Steeler, Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin. I just met Mike Tomlin last year, right? When he came to stay with us at the hotel.
Right. On the elevator. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, sometimes relationships get stale, right? And
Sports. Sure. Yeah.
yeah, in sports, and it got stale, and we kind of got set in the same routine, and you didn't know what year it was because the Pittsburgh Steelers seasons the last 7 years have kind of all went the same fiddle fuddle, and then drown out the playoffs first round, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so something definitely was needed to be done. Uh, I don't know what he's gonna do, if he's gonna go into TV. I do know since he stepped down, and he still had 2 years left on his deal that, if somehow he decides he was gonna go back and coach before that deal was up, the Steelers do have to get some draft pick compensation for that. Um, yeah, it's just, yeah, man, it's a sad day, but exciting day for a new regime. We'll see what happens, and I really think it's gonna be a complete overhaul. I really do. I think with the coach gone, I think Cam Hayward, I think that was probably his last game as well. I think he'll retire. He's the same age as me, so I think he'll retire. Uh, I think Aaron Rodgers, I think he's done officially. I think those 3, they kinda significantly walked off the field together quite a bit, so I think those 3 are done. Uh, we know it's not the Mason Rudolph era. With DK, with this new leadership, could they trade him? I know he's got 4 years left on that deal, but they could look to trade DK for some other pieces, um, for what they could do. But, I really do. I think the defense has been in long need of an overhaul.
Right.
Maybe I I don't know if TJ Watt gets traded. We haven't won a playoff game with TJ Watt on the team. That's a little bit of a concern I have. We haven't won a playoff game with him as on the team for what he's making. Um, so you gotta look at that. The defensive coordinator, Taylor Austin, I think he's gotta go. He'll hopefully be gone. There's reports that the coordinators may stay, which I think is ridiculous. I will be dead if Arthur Smith becomes the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I really hope that does not happen. There's not
I,
many guys who hope it is. I don't hope it's Van Joseph, and I sure as hell hope it's not Arthur Smith. I've got my list of 5 guys that I'd be happy with if they were the head coach, and I'll give those here in a second. But, I just man, a lot of people give Tomlin a lot of shit, man. I thought he was a great head coach. I'm happy for what he did for us in Pittsburgh. I love his Tomlinisms. The standard is the standard.
yeah,
Uh,
bro. Everybody.
we you can either make wine or crush grapes with your feet, and we choose the latter. It's and or don't close your eyes, don't blink, so your eyelids open. Just different Tomlinisms, man, that happened. And I do think in his press conference last night I watched, like, he says, "I don't now's not the time to think about it." And then this morning it was instant, right? So I feel like this has been kind of planned for a little bit from him. It's not something he just woke up today and said, "You know what? I'm done. It's it." I mean, his kids now are both graduated, gone out of college. They're out of the house. I think he just wants a reset, a little bit of a reset on life. he's easily going to get a job in television easily.
Easily.
And I think he could do that for a couple years before getting back into the coaching realm. I think we've seen that with Sean Payton. Sean Payton went into the TV realm for a little bit before he came back and found his gig there with Denver, who's now the number one seed. Do I think Tomlin's done? Absolutely not. But man, hell of a run in Pittsburgh. I loved him as my coach, and I'm gonna be interesting to see where we go for the next step. Drafts in Pittsburgh. There you go. There's another thing.
Uh-oh.
The draft's there. Some candidates, John, I like. I know he's already said no, and they've already said even no more. Um, I said, I think you throw the biggest bag you can find, and you get Marcus Freeman out of Notre Dame, young coach, bring him to Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh's head coach is what, John? We've had 3 since 1969. When Bill Cowher came in, he was a young defensive coordinator. Came in when Mike Tomlin came in, he was a young defensive coordinator. Um, I think you can look at a couple candidates outside of that. I really like Brian Flores. I always thought Brian Flores should have been our defensive coordinator, and he shouldn't have left Pittsburgh to go to Minnesota. The Rooneys love Brian Flores. I think Flores has a really good shot, possibly to be the Pittsburgh head coach in waiting.
I like
Chris
that.
Shula, offensive coordinator, looking for something young from the Rams, which I talked about, I think, last week or 2
Yeah,
weeks ago on the show. Possibly, if you talk about a Yinzer, John, you got to think about Mike McCarthy just because of his pedigree. He's from Pittsburgh. He has relationships with the Rooneys. And if you want to be crazy with this regime, it's like you bring him in, and then you got Rodgers who says, "You know what? Let's do a 1-year retirement tour with Mike McCarthy and see how it goes, because that way you can improve your draft stock if it goes to shit for next year to draft a quarterback compared to what it is this year." So Mike McCarthy, and then the craziest one. I've gone back and forth. Somebody asked me, "Would you do it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, but I'd entertain an interview with John Harbaugh. That'd be wild." It'd be wild, but
nah, man.
my top 2 candidates are, for me, Marcus Freeman, Brian Flores, and Chris Shula. Those are my 3.
I don't know, man. Freeman's got a bunch of guys coming from some A-list programs coming to Notre Dame to play next year, and he's got some, a couple blue, some more blue chippers, and that he's recruited, man. Can Pittsburgh make him another offer that he can't refuse, man? That's like, I kind of had him on 3rd on my list. I still got everybody calling one of these black money teams gonna call the beard. It probably ain't gonna be the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, but it's one of these black money teams gonna call the beard. Would he leave Ohio State? I think he would leave Ohio State. Definitely to lead, to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers. You mentioned Brian.
3 AFC North teams have
Yeah,
vacancies.
you mentioned Brian Flores. I like that name. I
Perfect fit.
I just don't understand what has kind of scared the other ownership off from not, giving him the total keys to this, to this, to the city. So, but like, no, man, it looks like, he should have had the total keys to the city in Miami. Picking a quarterback and picking something, whatever, and maybe things went off the rails for them. So, unless the Pittsburgh Steelers want to go, a lesser route, or Brian Flores would be a experienced, coach that you want to have in your locker room post, Mike Tomlin era for sure.
Yeah, I think that's like the best post Tomlin coach you can go with besides Marcus Freeman. Freeman's, if you want to just kind of keep it young. I know he's already said he's staying. I know Notre Dame's locked him up. Money talks. It wouldn't be the first coach to leave after saying it.
Ask him again.
And Schefter reappointed today, said, "Hey, all signs are Freeman's staying," and as NFL teams approach him. But also, there's some of these like are premier like destinations and stability. Pittsburgh. For any head coach, there's words that there are some head coaches looking to see if they can get out of their when they get out of their gigs, Schefter said, to go to Pittsburgh for more stability. I think that's crazy. But I will tell you this: I think we're 1 year too late, because I would have loved to have Ben Johnson in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. You would want to have that
I would
energy
have loved that offense.
and like what the offense is like, right? And he still, you know what I'm saying, keeps the defense honest of the Chicago Bears. Um, Pittsburgh will be looking for also a quarterback, right? You
Yeah.
mentioned in the previous segment maybe kind of auctioning off some of the other pieces, maybe some of the other pieces retired. That frees up cash. You know what I'm saying, to go after particular free agents. DK Metcalf, yeah, that would probably be a piece that we probably, you know what I'm saying, who would want him. You know what I'm saying? Not kicking him out the door, not like he's, troublesome, man. He got into it with the fan. I get it, but
Right.
I mean, again,
He's got to have some value. I
he
mean,
could take a
he's got 4 years left.
he could take a fool ass owner, Dallas, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you get one of those picks back. Or even, like you said, a Watt who still has, this needs to really heal up, really. But like let him in the back nine of his career, maybe with another team that's closer to
They had a better year this year than TJ Watt.
yeah, this close to a championship run. Trade him to a team that's close to trade him to Seattle. Not trying to send him halfway across the world, but trade him to a team that's closer to a championship run than what Pittsburgh is going kind of going through. And then, Brandon, 2026, 2027, you looking at Ole Miss and Texas take of which one of those quarterbacks is going to be the quarterback that's going to be the QB to take the Pittsburgh Steelers into the next era. I know there's going to be other people. Those are the two people that's on top of my mind: Arch Manning and Trinidad Chambers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that would be the futuristic plan I would have for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Sell off some of that, what you have, and youth movement.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's refreshing a little bit to kind of see where you go from here. I will tell you, like, because you don't really know. Expectations are they're kind of limited now, right? I mean, you come to Pittsburgh in the past, it's hey, you're expected to compete in playoffs and compete for championships.
Yeah,
I think for a couple of years we can take a step back here, and I'm gonna tell you this: winning, people don't give enough credit. Winning seasons in the NFL, uh, for what Tomlin's done, not to have a losing season. Let's talk about some of these real quick. Some of these quarterbacks that he had during that time: Duck Hodges, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett. Uh,
head case. He has some head cases in the locker room. Le'Veon Bell,
Antonio Brown.
Head cases, man. How you gonna win how you gonna win multiple Super Bowls with Antonio Brown? You not.
George Pickens. He's dealt with it all, man. Yeah. And so I don't know. We'll see. Everybody's starting to put out their thing. Najee Harris, his craziness he dealt with a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go.
Practice.
You got to feel that Omar and them are going to do their due diligence.
Yeah,
they're going to get the right candidate in there.
It probably won't even be anybody that we disname, man. But maybe some of those guys will probably definitely get a good. I think
nobody thought of Mike Tomlin back in 2007. I'll tell you that right now.
Nah, initially. They pulled that, but he had a good resume. If anybody pulls up his wiki,
do you know where he came from before he
was he at
Pittsburgh?
Minnesota?
As a defensive coordinator, right?
Yep.
Who's the current defensive coordinator for Minnesota?
Oh, you got me on that one.
Brian Flores.
Ha. Oh, okay. You want history to repeat itself. I got you.
Well, if it starts it early. Tomlin had a better early career than a late career, but yeah, sucks, but refreshed, new era, excited for that. But Mike Tomlin, thank you for all you did, man. And I kind of hope to see you coaching again, just not across the sidelines from the Steelers.
I don't think we have to even going into this next NFL tidbit. I don't think we even have to put even 30 seconds on it, man. What did you think of the primetime deal that is Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers? Were you impressed?
I watched one quarter.
Or do they need to trade out?
I mean, he's not the guy. There's some people that got his jersey and bobbleheads and posters on his wall, fanboying, and
trade out.
He didn't do anything. How many touchdowns did he throw?
With Ballard? None.
He threw the same amount me and you did.
They need to trade out.
He's not the answer.
They've overpaid him. I know we already 25 seconds.
He's too much in love. Him and Madison Beer. He's too much in love.
They played a really good defensive game, but they could not get any type of offensive continuity out of didn't they pay him like $140 million?
Yeah.
Okay, well, to be continued with the Chargers next year, man. Jim Harbaugh is gonna be on that sideline, like, damn. I mean, Jim, you can't go out there playing for you.
Hey, did Steelers go out and get headset?
Again, Brandon, I'm not shade that name either, man. Dan Lanning, I think, knows football. He's the king of Oregon. He probably walks on water around campus around there. D-Cot, the homie from Game Time Podcast, thinks he owns as far as Dan Lanning is concerned, he probably does. He walks into any type of West Coast situation, and it's Oregon or where else you gonna go? USC? You gonna go to that joke of a program? You know what I mean, or us? So, I he's made his. I mean, where else can he spin the wheel? He ain't going to. He doesn't feel like he's had some time in Alabama. He's off the Alabama family tree, right? I don't think he's waiting. I don't think he's waiting for DeBoer to fail. And it looks, Brandon, I think DeBoer's getting ready to fail next year. Brandon,
you think so?
Brandon, there are no first rounders, Alabama players in this NFL draft. There's no first rounders. And like what you would think, guys, like I told you, they would be maybe going out early juniors. Like, okay, I'm gonna enter my name in the draft early, right? No, they're transferring to like Ohio State. They're transferring to Notre Dame. So I think it's all on the line next year for DeBoer. I really do.
Could be.
I don't think Dan Lanning's not waiting for that job. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's ever asked Dan Lanning that, like NFL, you know what I mean? But like I could see him with Tennessee for sure. Not the Steelers.
You know who else? A Pittsburgh guy, real quick. We'll put a bow on the Steelers.
Who's that?
He's from Pittsburgh. Coached in Pennsylvania.
The homie?
Natty.
Nah. If he was
like 15 years younger.
Yeah. If he was 54 or something, yeah, he'd be all over it.
All right. Let's dive into
everybody wants Natty.
Bears beat the Packers in a wild one. Come back by the Bears.
Well, I had the Bears winning, man. I did, man. And I was kind of worried for sure.
For a while.
They did some disrespectful things after the game, Brandon. They had the cheese graters up. They was up there cheese grating. How they get cheese? How you get cheese graters in the stadium? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand that. But because I think that there was some fandom that you, but like, man, nah, man. Green Bay, LaFleur.
That's Brandon, another name.
He might have to. I mean, he's not a bad coach, but he can't get. They can't get over the hump. They might have to get Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe he needs to come to Pittsburgh.
Aaron Rodgers retire and go back and coach the Green Bay Packers. There you go.
And then LaFleur comes to Pittsburgh. We'll take that. LaFleur's name's been brought up in Pittsburgh as well. This today, all day today. So
he just doesn't feel like he just needs to change. He's a good coach. He just needs to change the venue.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers drama, and now he's got to go through this love, like you know what I'm saying, a rebuild. And they ain't ready yet.
What do you got to say then to those City of Brotherly Love? They need some love right now, man. They got bounced by the 49ers.
I couldn't believe Sirianni. I was like, dude, you going 8 apocalypse on the sideline? I was like, man, oh no, not right now.
He did.
You can do this in week 4, 5. You can't do this in the playoffs. You can't do it, Brandon. He went up. I was like, what are they doing? It was doom right there, dude. No more back-to-back. The Super Bowl, Brandon, it's the Buffalo Bills to lose. That's the name. If the Bills do not get to the Super Bowl, it's a choke. I'm not going to say it's the greatest choke move of all time, but it's a choke. They show improved against Jacksonville. I tip my cap to them, but the Bills, like, you're the best team in the AFC right now. Get it done.
Yeah. Yep. I said, and I'm trying to find it right now.
I'm disappointed in the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I'm disappointed.
Damn.
You're better than that. Brandon Reeve, the coach should have never let Sirianni get out of here. I know that. Hey, man, he's better than Steichen, man. I get it, man. He's going apocalyptic on with the receiver, but the receiver's kind of kooky, man. They need to get out of the Brown business as it pertains to the get out of that business. Send that to the Atlanta Falcons ASAP if you can get away from it.
Early spreads Broncos -1.5. Give me Buffalo plus the 1.5. I think Buffalo wins. I took Buffalo a couple weeks ago when we were given the odds last week, and they were plus 1,100 to win the Super Bowl. I put $20 down on that.
They got to
I feel great about it now. Seattle's -7.5 against the 49ers. I do think the 49ers, even though they lost George Kittle, I like them plus 7.5 to cover this. I do. I can see a Darnold lay the egg type of thing up there or keep it at least close. And then Patriots -3 against Houston. And then the Rams -3.5 on the road in Chicago.
It might be a little chilly, man. That's gonna be a really interesting game right there. I don't know, really, Brandon.
There's some feelings hurt in that game.
There's some real great matchups going on in this weekend's NFL playoffs, man. Brandon, I still don't know who. I don't know who the coach of the year is.
Oh,
I don't know who coach of the year is, man. The San Francisco 49ers, man, that is what you want in your coach. Man, I don't give a damn if Brock Purdy's out there. They don't give a damn if Mac Jones is out there. They don't give a damn if the ghost of give me one of them quarterbacks from 100 years ago, Drunken Miller. Did he play for?
damn.
They're gonna win a football game in San Francisco, man. That's scary, man. That they and you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden McCaffrey gets healthy and he's doing dynamic things and they preach defense. They always have Shanahan's teams, man. So we know the homie does not play in big spotlight games, man. I'm talking about Sam Darnold, man. I think San Francisco sneaks out a victory.
He sees ghosts. He goes see some ghosts.
Early sea chickens.
Sea chickens. Trying to see what the odds have moved to. Give me a second here. Because when I did take it was plus 1,100.
If you have a Buffalo, San Francisco Super Bowl, maybe.
So they have the hypothetical AFC and NFC championship game lines. Just looking at them, really, I thought the one I have interesting is Buffalo at New England. Where Buffalo won earlier this year, but the New England won in Buffalo. But they have Buffalo -1.5 for the AFC championship, if that was the matchup. And then the other one, they have the Bears favorited 1.5 over the 49ers, but the Seahawks -6 against the Bears. And then the Rams -7 against the 49ers and +1.5 against the Seahawks.
What matchup will make you sick, Brandon? Which one
for what, AFC or for Super Bowl?
For the Super Bowl, what matchup would make you sick?
You sick? Seattle, Houston.
Oh my God, who gonna watch this? Man, everybody watch this.
That's why I said sick. You asked for sick.
That's worse than the Spurs and the New Jersey Nets, man.
You want the best one?
No. We can't do it.
Your best one? Buffalo versus either the Bears or the Rams.
It got to be the Bears.
Are you going full? Will you go full Gary, Indiana that week?
Whoa! We got to clip that one. Whoa! Slow that down. East side every day, man. Yeah. Whoa! But that's funny.
Oh shoot, Gary, Indiana Bears.
219.
There you go. Colts. Real quick, put a bow on the Colts, I guess. Man, a lot of people are kind of going at Carly. I thought I was the only one going at Carly Ursay, the old brow. But apparently there's other people going at their old eyebrow now.
Man, they took a chunk out of it, man. Local sports radio, man. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's kind of characterized as being soft on grilling, you know what I'm saying, some of the emissaries here, the general managers and whatnot. And no, man, Carly Ursay did not spare anybody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they got as personal as we did when we kind of made it like an Avon.
What'd you think of Ballard's presser? Hey, well, I got to be better, guys.
Brandon,
we just didn't do it out there this year.
Man, his presser really didn't matter, man. After we saw hers, right. Man, he was safe. And it really doesn't. It does matter. It should matter to the fandom, and it should matter to the season ticket holders, because they still gonna want to see a winner out there next year. Even though, you know what I'm saying, it's a, you know, well, it was the pressure year. If Shane Steichen wants to keep his job as an NFL coach, and we only know there's 30 plus of them, there's not that many, you know what I'm saying, of them, then he'll put the coach, he'll a general manager, who are we bringing in to quarterback this team? And you kind of go from there. But yeah, all eyes on those two individuals. And if coach don't win 9 games next year, you know what I'm saying? Chances they'll be in the Arch Madness sweepstakes damn self.
Okay. Let's talk college football.
That man said go full. I can't get Gary. You said go full.
Go full Gary and the Bears.
Gary, Indiana Bears. Oh my God. College, go ahead, man. College football. I'm sorry, man.
IU makes it. They win the Peach Bowl down in Atlanta. I was down there. It was 90% IU fans, I said, most likely down there, and it was. But IU puts a thumping on Oregon. They're going to take on the U as a home game down in Miami Gardens.
Man, I think it's gonna be wild atmosphere for sure down there. We know Michael Irvin and the alumni from the Hurricane all tuned up. I think though, Brandon, man, very cockily, I'm gonna say this, man, they can kind of keep that belt at home. Because the best team that you've seen all year, we take out our Midwest opinions and our Indiana pride out of it. The best team has been the Indiana Hoosiers all year. There's been some missteps, even though the Hurricanes, you know what I'm saying, have kind of collectively got their action together here in this playoff, and they beat somebody. I don't want to take nothing away, but they beat some people, you know what I'm saying, in this playoffs. But the Hoosiers have consistently beat everybody's rear end all year from game 1 to now. So Mike Irby might want to keep that belt.
Is there bad grapes? Is there some sour grapes from some people? I saw people trying to accuse IU of cheating.
That's weird, man. They came out with some.
Oh my God!
Tags and they were stealing signals out of people's headsets, man. I'm like, man, come on, man, stop.
Some wild shit. Yeah, I think Mendoza and the team they're playing well. The stats were very equal to Oregon throughout the game. It's just those big, huge turnovers that Dante Moore had, with his interception to start the game, which I will tell you, one of the most electric plays I've ever seen in a stadium to start a ball game. I had goosebumps for it, and I'm not even an IU fan, but I had goosebumps for that, and it was cool to see my dad kind of going nuts, going crazy there, for that game. We got John frozen up. We do. This is also a good point. I can always get John with is the you got to get him with the post. His frozen mug is perfect. He got off of there quick, so he'll be back on. But yeah, man, it was Peach Bowl experience was awesome. Like I said, it was 90% IU fans down there, and 10% Oregon, even 10%. But the city was shelling out. Stadium's beautiful down there. If you've never been to Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, pretty cool. Not a bad seat really in that stadium. And I will say, as soon as I get John back on, the best part of it, and I'm looking at you people here in Indianapolis, Colts fans, Reggie Sykes, see you watching, and Decott and everybody else. The best part of that was the concession stand prices. The cheapest I've ever seen concession stand prices for items at a sporting event, besides what you would get at the Masters that you see on the screen. They had pulled pork for $4. They had a $2 hot dogs, dollar popcorn, free soda refills, souvenir cups at $4. It was the cheapest menu I've ever seen. I saw Mercedes-Benz put it out on Twitter that this was what they were highlighting, and we're going to keep the prices low like we always do. Unbelievable. The Chick-fil-A, the cheapest Chick-fil-A I've ever had in my entire life. It was astonishing, just the prices that they had in that stadium, that more teams around this NFL, more stadiums should do. I'm looking at you, Indiana, for the Pacers, the Colts. Lower those concession prices, man. Like, if you really want to make a killing, you're going to get more people there doing that. Beer prices. People are going to ask me, what was the beer? What was the beer price? What you normally would pay, what, $17, $18 a beer at a game or something like that, 14, 15. What was it? For a tall boy, Michelob Ultra, $9. $7 for a regular can bottle. Cheapest prices, John, I've ever seen for especially for like a stadium. Uh-oh. He froze again. Damn. My east side. He's got that east side internet. You there, JB? Oh my God, he's got 1,000 phones. I don't even know which phone. I've got so many videos right now. JB.
Which one are you on?
Oh my God. I mean, you name it. I mean, I got still frames. I got JB there. That's my favorite JB one right here. Real quick. Look at this. Just frozen. Pissed and frozen. East Side Internet. Reggie says I paid $25 plus the tip for me and the loser last night at the Pacer game. Just for drinks. I mean, I know that guy don't eat meat, right? He don't eat meat. Vegan decot. See if we can get JB back on here. John says he's under cyber attack. He's on something. I don't know. I think this phone's going bad, man. We need the sponsors to ante up a little bit more. Reggie says he eats a lot of meat. I bet he does. He also, and you can confirm this for me. I think I saw a couple pictures. He's not a tipper, right? He's one of those dine and ditch real quick, or just kind of walk out and leaving no tip, but paying the bill. He says he's a pescatarian. All right, there we go. Let's see. We got JB. Nope. He must have pissed off somebody. No tip. I don't ditch. He says with short arms, I don't. Right, with short arms, no, I don't ditch. All right, perfect. Let's talk about this real quick. We gotta wait for John to get back in so we can give our predictions for the Natty, which is crazy that the line has continued to move now. It was 7 when it first opened. It's been to 7.5 on Monday. And then today, this morning, I woke up and I saw it's at -8.5 Indiana now. So, when is that fine line where you gotta be like, all right, at some point I gotta take Miami in the points, or do you not? Um, I think I've bet it with IU over the last like 6 weeks. It's like there's no reason to stop now. There's only one game left. You might as well just continue it. But where is that comfort zone? Is if that line gets to a certain point, you're like, maybe you got to look on the Miami side. Is it 8.5? Is it 9.5? I'm just curious what you guys all think, because I really do think that this line kind of keeps going and going. I think we'll see some regress. Reggie says 10. I think we'll see some regress as it gets closer to game time, where it'll be some more buyback on Miami for that on Monday night. And also, another thing, you can call me old timer. I really don't think they should have these games in a place where a home team plays their games, regardless. That put it somewhere that your regular teams don't play in, because it's I don't know. You don't really want to have it. Yeah, you can say, well, Butler did it for the Big Ten or for the Final Four. Yeah, I know they did. Then that it is what it is, and it doesn't happen often, right? We see it very few times. I don't know if we saw it with Georgia. Did Georgia compete for a national championship in the Georgia Dome or Mercedes Benz before? I can't remember if that was the case or not, but yeah, we'll see there what happens. NBA, Reggie, man, these Pacers, what are we doing? We need to lose. We need to lose these games for that draft pick. I don't want to win anymore. We've played so bad already and lost. Like let's just keep it going. We're gonna screw ourselves out of a draft pick if we keep playing well. What's our record now? Well, we had nine wins now. Finally, 9-31 overall. We are now. New Orleans has the worst record in the league. As long as we're in that top 3 or 4, where we can get that, hopefully get that that lottery ball chance. But yeah, we listen. We don't want that AJ Debadase to go down to New Orleans. We don't want that. We'd rather have him with us. The Wizards, 10 wins. Kings, 10 wins. Pacers, 9. Pelicans, 9. I know it's hard. It's hard for me to cheer for the Pacers to lose. 100%. It's hard. But the way I look at it now, we're 40 games in, right? We're halfway through all of our games. Let's just clear it out the rest of the way, and we can kind of just move on from there. And I'm ready for some good things to happen with this team again. With getting the staff and getting the staff together, getting that draft pick, getting Tyrese back. Who says I hope he comes back 100%. We don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There he is. What's going on, JB?
Am I frozen?
No, I can hear you. I can see you. But your eyes are looking that way or this way. There you go. Now you're looking. Okay.
Am I frozen?
Oh. No, I can see you now. You're good right now.
Okay.
You got to pay that bill, man. What's going on? God damn. Decot, is this a repeat of Sunday? Man's frozen again. Frozen, cutting out. Can't hear him.
We probably got enough for tonight anyway.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, I know it is dial-up, Decot. Decot, we got to do a GoFundMe for Jonathan Birdsong for a new phone or a tablet so we can stream. We're going to put it together on we're going to put a GoFundMe, and we'll put it on the Crossroads thing for everybody to donate a little. Hey, everybody donates $20. We'll have a new tablet for him here shortly. My goodness. Maybe we should out to the sponsors. Thomas and Reed, Scott K. Nichols. Let's do our man a favor. Let's get him something going. So we'll go from there. But I guess the biggest news really. Oh, John, I guess we'll do our picks real quick. I can still see you a little bit. IU, Miami. Who you like to win the game, but then also who do you like spread wise? IU minus 8.5.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. We'll go audio as long as you can hear me.
Yep.
All right.
So who do you like? I can hear you, man.
Shit. This is a piece of shit.
Oh, this is perfect. Perfect, JB. You love your technology, my man. Can you hear me?
No, what
You're cutting out, man. I can't hear that. Yeah, clip that. Clip that. Decos says clip that. Yeah, for sure. That was JB. Man, this is gonna be Reggie's laughing. Reggie's laughing. The Wi-Fi sucks. I'm dying. Oh man, we gotta hook my guy up, man, with some Wi-Fi. This is terrible. Oh, he was good, and then something happened. He was piss poor on Sunday night show. He was good till about 10 minutes ago here. I don't know what his phone turned into a pumpkin or something. I don't know, folks, but I think we're going to call it there. We'll get Jonathan's picks. We'll put it on Facebook, on Twitter. We'll get it all out there. But big news of the night, of the day, Mike Tomlin out as Pittsburgh head coach as they turn over a new leaf, a new era. We'll see where it goes with that. NFL playoffs this week. Enjoy. We've got IU, Michigan on tonight. Purdue and Iowa, I think, is tomorrow. Then we're gearing up for the big one, Monday Night Football, next Monday. IU Miami National Championship. We'll have a pregame show probably live. We'll kind of talk that game through and such. So till then, we'll see you guys. Hopefully, Jock can get his damn phone or internet fixed or something, and we'll bring it to you live and clear out of Indianapolis. So have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.